What's up, y'all? It's KingBritneyChanel. You already know. So today's video is going to be about Azriel, Clary's father, doing a press conference. And I'm also going to answer the question, well, why are you going so hard on R. Kelly? I'm going to insert a bonus clip of R. Kelly playing basketball with my brother, or hanging out with my brother and his friends. Yeah, so before I get into the video, definitely make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy my commentary.
I already know it's your girl Britney Chanel.
Okay, honeys, let's go over this press conference. So y'all know Azriel, Clary's father, is represented by Michael Avenatti. He did a press conference today in response to his daughter and Joycelyn Savage making the claims that basically they sold their daughter allegedly to R. Kelly. Now, the key points that I love that Michael Avenatti and Azriel, Clary's father, made was, if in fact you wired somebody some money, that would be able to be traced. That was the number one thing that I liked that he said, because I'm seeing all these allegations of the parents selling their kids to R. Kelly, or Azriel saying that and R. Kelly is saying that. But I'm like, this is the point I've made from day one. R. Kelly, if people are trying to sell their children to you and you are in possession of their children, wouldn't that make you a buyer? And isn't that a crime? I'm just saying, like, because people are not making any sense. If that's the argument that he's going to go with, that the parents was trying to sell their kids, that would make him a buyer of said kids, would it not? So I don't know what was up with that, but I'm glad he clarified that when he said, like, there's no evidence. He said you can comb through the bank accounts, everything. They have basically, and the lawyer Avenatti said they have not received a dime or anything like that. And the father was saying that it was kind of like hurtful, which I can only imagine. Like, your daughter is saying that. He was basically saying that his daughter looked like she was in a robotic state. Like, everything was the same type of responses that Joycelyn in that call she did to the Savages was saying, I'm happy. Why are y'all doing this? You know, you don't have to do this. You know, I'm an adult. I'm, you know, whatever. And basically, he also gave like a real glimpse of, because you know Jonathan Savage calls these calls the prison calls. He gave a real good insight on these alleged prison calls, or that's how they describe it. And basically, he said that Joycelyn might have gotten in trouble for saying "I love you" to jury, because remember, John Jolene and Tim Savage said that when their daughter, which is Jocelyn's sister, said "I love you, Jocelyn," that was, you know, it was bringing her back to her humanity. You know what I mean? Like who she was before maybe R. Kelly, and she had a hiccup, like a little moment. And Mr. Clary basically was saying that they're not allowed to say the word love, according to people that are in the inside, that were in the inside circle. They're not allowed. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, Michael Avenatti just like, oh my God, had me like, wow, when he said some of the people from R. Kelly's inside circle, or who were formerly in the inside circle, said that they had this ending it all pact. I'm not gonna say the word, but y'all can only imagine what that is. I'm gonna put the links to this video that was on Fox from the press conference down in my description box below. You could only imagine what that, you know, they would do anything for R. Kelly, basically, is what the father and Michael Avenatti was saying. And this pact being a serious thing like that, you know, that's a desperation, like, or how do you get to that point to where you'll be willing to do anything to make a person happy? And the way, when I saw like Azriel Clary's initial interview with Gayle King, how she just was like an emotional roller coaster. One minute she was rageful, the next she was, you know, very defensive, then the next minute she was happy again. It was like an emotional roller coaster. Like, it reminded me of some Vivian Green. I'm on an emotional roller coaster. Like, it's just, I felt like, wow. And then it was just like, She said that she had never wanted to sing and all of this stuff. And then if you go look at videos from her previous social media and on social media, she seemed like she loved to sing. Like she sung all the time. And then to this point now where you're 21 and you never wanted to sing, this was all your parents. And I was trying to answer like one of my commenters down below. They were like, well, why would these parents, send? Because, it's the way they make it seem is like R. Kelly has made it seem like these parents have sold their kids off. And really, what I think is the truth is that both of these young girls were aspiring singers, and R. Kelly was known for helping to catapult Aaliyah's career to success. And the truth be told, R. Kelly, there has not been another Aaliyah since, and I don't think there ever will be. You know what I mean? I mean, she's a one in a kind type of person anyway. God rest her. But I think that that's what their mindset was. If he produces my daughter's project, it's going to catapult. And a lot of these parents, they're so desperate to get their children into modeling, child acting, all of this. And it's like, how many stories do we have to hear about what happens to children and people that are in the entertainment industry? I've done videos where I talked about the Pussycat Dolls and what happened to them, and how they said that they were one of the former members who came out and spoke about what happened to her and how they had her or them allegedly prostituting and stuff like that. Shirley Temple, the story of that, how, she was young in Hollywood. There's been so many stories about child actors and, being, touched. That's all I'm going to say, to keep it PG for YouTube purposes. But how many stories do these parents have to see? And I think what it is that people, they think that being famous is their key to success and to a better life. And I think that these people that are in these positions, they know this. They know that people sometimes, they're in poverty and they're looking up at their favorite entertainer on the thing and they're saying they want to live this life and they think it's going to be a way. And it's like, how many stories do you have to see? Like, why is it that and then when you see some of these entertainers, a lot of them be drugged out, used out, and you would think like, oh, these people have all this money, they're going to be a certain way, they're going to be happy. But this should be a telltale wake-up sign to all parents that that's not the life that you want for your children, okay? I know people be like, oh, I want my child to be the next, actor or whatever. Like, how many stories do you have to hear about the casting couch? How many stories do you have to hear? Like, what do you think is going on in this business? And I think these parents had a certain naivete when it came to the industry and that sort of thing. And I honestly, legitimately think that they just wanted their daughters to have, who were aspiring singers, to have careers. And they thought maybe if he produced a project or something for them, it would catapult them to success. And, R. Kelly basically probably took advantage of that. Most definitely, is in my opinion, took advantage of that, because he was up there talking about on the Gayle King interview that Joycelyn couldn't even sing. So it doesn't seem like he ever had any intentions of helping any of these girls. We haven't seen no music from any of these girls. And Azriel Clary's father said, if I would have known, like he said, it was people that was telling him or basically manipulating him and his wife, making it seem like, oh, she's recording, she's doing, everybody talks about her singing voice. They manipulated these people. When I see it, it's clear cut to me. It's cut and dry. And, I also watched R. Kelly lawyer Greenberg's press conference, and he just basically did the same thing R. Kelly did, honey. He was skating all around, questioning. They asked him why hasn't he looked at that tape, honey, and he just skated around that. And basically people asked, did he feel like R. Kelly doing the Gayle interview harmed or helped R. Kelly? And he basically was like, anything he do is going to be criticized or whatever. But it's like, sir, this man literally had these girls and himself get up there and say that parents was trying to sell their kids to him, and they literally dropped the kids off with him. And you don't think that did anything to make him look a certain way? Like, that, it certainly didn't make him look good. So, Azriel Clary's father said something that was so true in his press conference. He basically said that, R. Kelly was doing all this pleading on his interview with Gayle King about how he wanted to see his kids and he can't see his kids. And he was saying that R. Kelly kids had lived in the same state as him for years. And he was saying, like, so he knows how it is to not be around his kids. And he's saying, he's doing this, he's supporting other people's kids, but you didn't even pay your own child support. Which that was so true. Like, why are you backed up in child support and you so much, you helping other people's kids? And, he always talks about people accomplishing their dreams. I just seen a tape or like a video of R. Kelly, giving a pep talk to this youth or whatever. People are calling it the grooming video of him potentially grooming some girls. I don't know what it was that I was looking at, but he was giving them a pep talk about their dreams and all kind of stuff. So it's just like, I feel bad for this family. Like, he mentioned how when they were at R. Kelly's bond hearing, Mr. Clary did, he mentioned when he was at their bond hearing that, basically whoever those handlers was keeping him from talking to his daughter, and his daughter, like, they had to basically look straight. They couldn't look no other way. Like, everybody, when people was coming in the courtroom, they was looking. You know how you look when the door open, you'll look. It was face forward. She began to be emotional because her dad was around, and they just kept telling her to move. Like, it's like, why are you trying to circumvent these girls from talking to their parents? You know what I mean? Like, and people really sitting up here trying to make that seem normal. People that just are not talking to their parents. I've seen people all in my comments saying that she's not talking to the father due to some child such and such charges or whatever that he allegedly supposed to have, which I don't know none of that to be fact, so I don't report that type of stuff and I don't talk about that sort of stuff because it ain't gonna be on me legally for nothing. And furthermore, or I don't commentate on that, we'll say that. And furthermore, it was documented that Azriel wanted to end it all, had that moment because of a previous boyfriend. And she was saying that singing was helping her. So people that was going around with that rumor saying she's just not talking to the dad because of something like that. And I'm like, you just can't say stuff that's not documented. They have documents the father is alleging he has documents or text messages that prove that R. Kelly was was messing with his daughter at 17, that she was boarding planes. They have, they're saying that they have evidence of this. R. Kelly is saying that these parents sold their kids to him. Where's the evidence of this? This is what I'm saying, people. This is what I'm saying. It's just crazy to me. It ain't looking too good. And now let's get on to why I felt the need to talk about R. Kelly. Because a lot of people be like, well, you ain't talking about Weinstein, and why you not talking about whatever? And a lot of people, because I've seen videos, they say, oh, R. Kelly is a distraction from Harvey Weinstein. And I'm like, if y'all are saying that both of these people are child abusers allegedly, how is one child abuser distracting from another one? Please make that make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. They both would need to be off the street. And as a person, because I'm getting ready to show the clip of R. Kelly playing basketball with my younger brother. These boys are looking up to R. Kelly. These are young boys playing basketball. They're looking up to R. Kelly. Okay? And this person is at the black churches in my community, around my little brother and his friends in my community. I haven't had a Harvey Weinstein in my community, but R. Kelly has been to my community. R. Kelly has lived in the areas where I frequented and lived. R. Kelly has the college that Joycelyn is from, that was at. I have younger sisters that I look at like a sister and friends that go to this particular college. This is affecting my community, okay? These young boys are looking up to people like R. Kelly. And this is just, it's sad and devastating that this individual has chosen to do this with his life. He has chosen to, you know, be a plague instead of uplifting the community. So this is why I'm looking at this, you know, as something personal, because it's like you have these young people looking up to you. You affecting the young women, especially the young black women in the community, and people are like, it's devastating. Like, these parents have not seen their children. I mean, can you imagine? And then you have people that have the nerve to fix their lips and say some of the stupid stuff that they say on the internet. So I'm about to proceed to show the clip, and I will see y'all on the next video. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all next time.
Cross you up. What's up? Y'all already know what we did. We won 8 games in a row.
They lying.
They did one game. They won the first game, baby. But you know what it is. Ah!
And it's on the label. You already know we out here in the film, boy. It's on the label. We out here. Yo. We out here with Kellz today. And, you know, in the film. We did it on first day. What's that word? Yeah. In the film. It is to the game, boy.